Sunday. It is indeed a happy Sunday. Just got back from church, had a great week, and celebrated my birthday on Wednesday, thanking God for another year around the sun. Honestly, I am so grateful to see another year, and I'm in my junkie space today. I'm looking at the background, and it's like so much going on. However, that's because I'm getting ready for a craft show and I have a lot of sewing to do. Even though um, I'm not going to stress myself about it. Let me move this light. I just don't want the reflect. Not going to stress myself about it. My goodness, there we go. I am just going to take it one day at a time and get all the items made that I can. So, that being said, that's one part of what's going on, and we all are reeling from the election one way or another. It's been a very interesting week, to say the least, but I don't want to bring politics into my channel. What I want to only focus on is God is still on the throne regardless. It doesn't matter. It matters. I take that back. It does matter because I live in this country, and there are things that I have concern about. And I'm sure everyone else does, no matter who they voted for, because I don't feel like either candidate represents what Christ would want. And that's the thing. So my hope and my trust is still in God above all else. That's what I mean. So that being said, moving on to the next thing that happened this week, because of course the results came on my birthday. So that was an interesting day. And I continued to do what I was thinking about doing last week, which was starting carnivore. So we went food shopping yesterday instead of today, and I used a food list that had only the foods, only the foods on it that would lean toward keto carnivore. I'm not going to do carnivore. I don't have the capacity or the wherewithal at this point in my life to just be strict meat, but I am only including tomato sauce, Rayo's tomato sauce, to add that to my burgers, my whatever meat it is, even if I just eat eggs. And I'm having a hard time with eggs, honestly. I don't feel good after I eat them. I don't know if it's the white part and I should just cook and eat the yolk. But if I make them into a souffle or a casserole type dish, I eat them and I feel fine. But if I scramble them, I've scrambled them in bacon grease, I've scrambled them in butter, and that feeling, that awful blood feeling I get regardless. So, and that's been since my surgery. So I don't really know about eating eggs scrambled, but I am eating them. I made a cheesecake type muffin, like for breakfast, and I added some swerve, and it was too sweet. So the next time that I make them, I use 6 eggs. Next time I'll use 8 eggs. I use a block of cream cheese and 1 stick, which is 4 ounces of Kerrygold butter, and 4 ounces of swerve that I took the granular and turned it into a powder. I think that it should be just 1/4 cup. Instead of half, that was more like half a cup. So yeah, 1/4 cup next time, and see how it does. The texture, the consistency, it had like a crispy brown finish to it. Beautiful, finished it beautifully in the oven at 325 degrees. And it took about, some people said 25 minutes. Mine definitely took 35 to 40 minutes. 35 for the muffin, the silicone muffin container I used. But for the Pyrex dish, it took an additional 5 minutes because it was thicker, more dense. I like the more dense because it's a bit more creaminess in the center. But I'll work through that and maybe even take some when we go for Thanksgiving Day, because they turned out so well. I might make a batch of those just for my family to try. My husband liked them. Thought it was really good. Oh, and I used lemon juice because I wanted a citrus kind of taste to it. I've been wanting some lemon in what I eat lately. So that was not a carnivore part, but everything else besides the swerve was carnivore. And I could actually eliminate the swerve and it'd be savory, and I could add some bacon and make it more of a breakfast type muffin. I may do that as for a couple of them, take them out before I add the sweetener and see how I like those, just to play around with getting more eggs into my body. And so I plan on buying my glucose monitor this week. Yeah, this week. So I'm excited about that. I'm nervous about it. And what I want to do is I want to eat ketovore for like a week and pee on my pee strips and get into ketosis, even if because I'm not in ketosis. I'm not even gonna lie, I know I'm not in ketosis, but get in ketosis and then start using my monitor as I continue to do the program that I'm doing. I finally settled on doing the program that I'm doing because I was torn. I really was like, in my heart, I want to do carnivore. It has so many benefits, but I cannot sustain that, and not where I am. So basically, I need to just work my way up to it with ketovore, because I don't eat the standard American diet. I don't. So I'm not that, but I'm also not 100% keto all the time either. So I need to be 100% keto, carnivore, and which is keto, heavy on the protein. And that's the other thing that I'm like, okay, do I go heavy on the protein or do I go heavy on the fat? Keto is heavy on the fat. Ketovore is heavy on the protein. And it's hard for me to be heavy on the fat, which is why I started buying cream cheese again and butter, because I really wasn't consuming, and heavy whipping cream. I really wasn't consuming any of those. And what I do with the heavy whipping cream is when I make my protein shake, I add heavy whipping cream into it with the powder, and the other part is the protein shake itself that I buy. And then I add the powder, and then I add the heavy whipping cream. It gives me 2 cups, a 2-cup serving, and which is 16 ounces of a shake. And I enjoy it. I totally enjoy that. So I'm trying to get fats in ways that don't make me feel like nauseous. It's been interesting. And I did have a moment this week where I know I wasn't eating enough fat because I started to get constipated again, and took some milk of magnesia, had the worst stomach ache, and then things started to move quickly. So it's like I feel like I'm all over the place, and I need some consistency, but I also need to work these things out in my mind. Am I ketovore with heavy protein, or am I keto with heavy fat? And what is my ultimate goal? Is my ultimate goal to get to carnivore? Is that sustainable for me once I get my ketones right? So right now I'm starting off with keto heavy fat. It was recommended to me by someone in the comments, and I just have to find ways to get it in where I don't feel like I'm nauseous. Because when you have surgery, your body doesn't do well with a lot of fat. So that makes it difficult to be heavy fat unless I find ways to get the fat in where I feel okay. It's happening. So today, my husband and I and another couple are going to a comedy club. We're going to see this comedian EJ Speaks. And some of you might know her, some of you may not, but she is so funny and I can't wait. I'm going to be changing out of these clothes into some clothes to have some fun and some heels instead of my sneakers, and we're going to do it up and have a good time. So, and with that being said, we are going to miss part of the game, but thank God for replays and highlights. And hopefully we'll get to catch the end. And maybe we can sneak in, take a look at the score and what's going on while we're there. So that being said, that's my update with me and where my head is at with all of this, how to eat. That's always been the issue for me, is how to eat. And now that I have a new digestive system, my system has changed. It's how to eat with that coming into play. Where when I did keto before, I could be high fat, no problem, no issues, and I lost 50 pounds. I would love to lose a good 30 pounds right about now with just being keto, but I have to figure out the way how to get the fat in without it making me ill. And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a blessed week.